Hello and welcome. Today, in another episode of English Airs, the podcast that gives you effortless accuracy, we are going to look at the verb to have and how it can be used in the continuous form. If you have ever wondered why we can sometimes say I have coffee and sometimes I'm having coffee, and both of them are correct, this episode is for you. Come with me and let's look at what the verb to have means when it is used in the continuous form. Spoiler alert, it has a lot of different meanings. So many, in fact, that we are going to go over this in 2 separate episodes. And here is part 1. As you might remember from season 1, episode 6, there are many words that cannot take the continuous form because they are not actions. For example, when you say I have great friends, you are not exactly doing anything. It's just a situation that you are in. And this situation is permanent for the foreseeable future, and that is why we use the simple form. Now, let's see how the meaning will change if we use the verb to have in the continuous form. Today, I want to give you as much practice as possible, so we are going to do the opposite of what we have been doing up until now. That is, I will give you the meaning, and then I will pause and give you the time to use the form I'm having, or you are having, or they are having, and make the sentence. Then we will check together, and I will give you a little bit more time to make examples about your own life. If you are listening to this on YouTube, a very good way of practicing would be to comment below this video. You can use the prompts I will give you, pause the video, and type in your answers. Better yet, if you can use voice to text, it will be like you are talking. I will check all the comments, I promise. So let's start with a day in your life. In my case, I get up in the morning and the first thing that I do is have a coffee. I think I have repeated this in every single episode. Well, almost in every episode. One of my friends and I usually exchange messages in the morning. If I receive a text while I'm drinking coffee, what will I text back? That's right. I will text back, I'm having coffee. What about you? As you are listening to me, what are you having? Next, you start working or studying. If you are studying, maybe the subject is difficult. Like how I told you about my experience learning the Chinese characters. I've been experiencing a lot of difficulties remembering them, and I have a good memory. Or maybe you are at work and using the internet. These days, because of the high demand, a lot of people experience trouble when they are connecting to systems. If you want to fill out a form online, it keeps giving you an error message. You are experiencing trouble. What can you say? Very good. You can say, I'm having trouble filling out this form. Or maybe, I'm having trouble memorizing the Chinese characters. Your turn now. What are you having trouble doing? It doesn't have to be right now. It can also be these days. So maybe you are having trouble falling asleep. Whatever it is, you can put it in the comments, and maybe others can help you by suggesting solutions. Okay. Looking at your day so far, you had some trouble going to work or school. At work, you couldn't connect to the system easily. Then you decided to take a coffee break and go to a coffee shop to study a little. But the coffee shop was full and there were no seats. What you were studying was also very difficult, and it made you frustrated. Is that what you call a good day? I don't think so. What can you say? Yes, that's it. You can say, I'm having a bad day. Not a terrible day, but a bad day. So tell me, what kind of day are you having? Remember to speak out loud if you can. And if you are listening to this on YouTube, don't forget that you can use the voice to text function to type in your comments. very well done. And thank you for asking about me. I heard some of you ask what kind of day are you having? So far, I'm having a productive day. Before we move on to the next meanings of the verb, it's a good time to talk about time. Just like you can say I'm having a good day, you can also say I'm having a good time. In this case, obviously, you mean I'm enjoying myself. And if you are really enjoying yourself, if you are so happy that it is like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, I'm very happy for you. You are having the time of your life. You are having a lot of fun. If you are, there is a really good chance that you are with friends. Speaking of friends, listen to what Dr. Lecter from the movie Silence of the Lambs says to Clarice.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. Bye.
Did you notice what was scary? Dr. Lecter said, I'm having an old friend for dinner. What do you think this means? Well, if one of my students ever said, I'm having an old friend for dinner, I would stop them and say you are having an old friend over for dinner, which means your friend is coming to your place so that you can have dinner together. In the case of Dr. Lecter, you know what it means, right? Yeah, he's eating a friend. You are not, are you? So remember, if your friend is coming over to your house for a meal or for anything, you should say, I'm having a friend over, just to avoid misunderstandings. All right, great job, everyone. We can end this episode now and pick up from where we left off in the next one. Remember to listen to this episode a few times and give your answers. If you listen at different times and on different days, you will have opportunities to say different things. And don't forget that you can comment under the YouTube video and I will check them out. And as always, thank you for introducing English airs to anyone who might need it or enjoy it. Parya.